In the fuzzy DeMaTEL, the basics are the same. So let me save this particular thing. It's called to D1 and make a new one. It's exactly the same that when we ask a person, what is concept of fuzzy? Fuzzy simply says anything that's vague, that's incomplete, coherent, that is fuzzy. So we human beings, we don't think in terms of the exact. Rather, most of our all the life parameters decisions are somewhat vague. Like, can you adjust the temperature a little more cool of the AC? Little cool. Can you give a little space? I can also sit properly on the bike. Little space. How much mm? So these certain things, these are all called as the vague, incomplete. So here we believe a person, when the person say, if I ask it all, no effect, low effect, medium effect, and the high effect. When a person say medium effect, actually we take a person might say from low to high also. So whatever the person is saying that, and on either side, the effect can be there. So we will take effect like this also, and this also is the possible. So how we'll go with that? So there is a, it's called as the triangular fuzzy matrix. What is meant by the triangular? So we take, most of the papers have taken it 5 point. What is the 5 point? No effect, very low effect, low effect, high effect, and the very high effect. And these are called as the linguistic. So we ask the data once again from the experts in terms of the linguistic. Now I will not ask, means DeMaTEL part is covered. Now I will go to the same expert, or actually in real life we will go only for the fuzzy DeMaTEL. So what I will do, instead of asking the persons, here the person replied on low, medium, high. Now I will ask on the 5 point. These are the 5 point. Their numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These will be converted to fuzzy numbers. What is the fuzzy numbers? Now, please see, there are numerous ways of converting the fuzzy numbers. I will show you two. The first method is 0 is taken 0, 4 is taken 1, and the center will be taken 0.5. If somebody say, I am working on the 7-point scale, 4, 5, 6 will be there. Then 0 will be taken 0, 6 will be taken 1, and 3 will be taken as 0.5. So what the rest of the will be 0.17, 0.34. Equally divide 0.68, 0.85, and it will be 1 approximately. Here there are the 5, so I can divide it into 0.25, 0.75. Okay. Then according to the fuzzy, this number will be a lower and the upper. So it means this value, take it upper. For the previous one, it will be upper. What it means? From 0, it will be up to from 0.25, then 0.25, 0.5, 0.75. This will be 1. And this will be, take this value here. It means from 0, do you understand this? 0.25 will be taken 0 to 0.5. 0.5 will be taken as 0.25, 0.575. 75 will be 0.5 this. This will be taken 1, 1. Now this is an exception. From 0, we cannot go minus 0.25. Rather, this will also be 0. And here it will be 1. And the previous one, actually, it is 0.75. My mistake. It is 0.75. This value will come here. That's why it is called as the triangular fuzzy number. Triangular fuzzy. Just say it once again. Whatever the 0 to 4 you have written, this is 0, this is 1, center value will be 0.5 and equally divide. Then take this number, like if I'll put a number like this, points, this one, take this number on the upper side there and take the upper number on the lower side here. Lower limit, upper limit, sort of. Diagonals are, corners are the exception. It will be 0, 0, 1, 1. And now whatever the person has replied, again, we will make 3 columns. The methods for that is same. If you are there in the ISM workshop, you will get it very, very fast. Steps for the fuzzy DeMaTEL. Number 1, convert linguistic into fuzzy number. Convert the linguistic means we will ask the respondent low effect, very high effect, no effect, like that. Convert linguistic into fuzzy numbers. This is step number 1. Step number 2, make the fuzzy numbers. Every fuzzy number will be made into low, medium, and the high. So what will happen? 3 multiplied by the number of columns. Number of columns, if 7 are there, so 7 into 3, 21 columns will be there. From 21 columns, we will find out rescaling. There is a concept of rescaling. Convert all the values between 0 to 1. Number 4, calculate the left and the right side values. Convert the one value, that is RC or XC, from that. It is called the crisp value. And step number 6, find out the previous value, original value you will restore. The final value we will get. And rest of the step of the fuzzy DeMaTEL taking to the RStudio will be same. So here, let me now start with another file. I am saving this. Oh, I clicked on don't save probably. No, don't worry. So now let's come to another file, fuzzy DeMaTEL. In the fuzzy DeMaTEL, I have taken this from this paper, Developing Global Managers Competency Using Fuzzy DeMaTEL Method. I will first show you the steps, and I will show you certain confusions also. When you see different papers, there must be some confusions here and there. What those are, I will share with you. First, let's come from here. The first thing is, I took the data. Now, the names I have taken is A1, A2, A3. So please see, are you with me? The 5 factors here, 5 factors here, and we have asked, what is the effect of A1 on A1? Diagonal is no. High effect, very low effect, very low effect, low effect, high effect. 5 options are there. No, low, very low, high, very high. 5 options are there, and that is the linguistic part. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is what I have divided the linguistic fuzzy into 3. Second thing is, from this table, convert it into 0, 1, 2, 3. Using VLOOKUP, we can do that. Now, 0 means, look from the fuzzy, it's 0, 0.25. 3 will be taken as 0.5, 0.751. 1 is taken as 0.25.5, this way, all 3 0. 2 is taken as 0.25, 0.5, 0.75. So just convert into that. Just convert into those sort of the numbers. Now, convert, divide it into 3 column each. A1 low, A1 medium, A1 high, A2 low, medium, high. So I had the 5 columns. Now suddenly I have the 15 columns. Is that okay? These are the 15 columns, low, medium, high, all of them. The next thing it says, how we start with? We start with, take the low value of the low and take the maximum value of the high. Take the low value of all the low. So here it is the minimum value of all the low. Here also it's the minimum value of this second low, minimum value of third low, minimum value of the fourth low, and so on. And likewise, take the high value of all the max value of, I think I have written here min. It must be max. My mistake. It's a max. And let me make these changes here. Oh, probably I have taken, this is unnecessary. I have taken max value I have written in the bottom side. So this is the max value. Max value of high, max value of high. Now we will convert something that is called range. Range is called here as the delta. And what is the value of the delta? Delta is represented by maximum value minus minimum value. So delta here comes as the 1. And here the delta for everywhere. So this is this value minus the minimum value. And likewise, find out the delta here, find out the delta here, find out the delta. By chance, it's coming, in most of them, it is coming as 0.1, it's coming. 1 is 0.7 also. Check it out once again. From all the low value, compute the minimum. From all the high value, compute the maximum. And this maximum minus minimum is called as the delta. Do it for all the columns. Now the next part, we will compute the rescaling. The meaning of the rescaling is, well, by chance, these are all on the 0 to 1. I think they will be almost same. What we'll do, the value minus the low divided by the delta. Check out this formula. Lower value, x low, don't read I, j, k, forget about it. Low value is equal to low minus min of the low divided by delta. middle value is equal to M minus minimum of low. Now, this is something 1-2 paper have a different perspective on that. In ISM, we have done the same way, that everywhere low value will be taken. Let me try to explain what is meant by this. When a person goes from low to high, you are going. So basically, we are trying to cover the entire spectrum of one will be 0, one will be 1. Within this, you are covering the entire spectrum. So what is happening here, that all the values are rescaled on the lowest value, whatever is the lowest value. Had it been 0.5, then it will be become as from 0.5 to 1. If the minimum is 0.75, then all will be rescaled between 0.75 to 1. But since we have taken one of this value as no, diagonal value as the no means 0, it means lower value will invariably will be 0, has to be 0, and high value has to be the 1. Okay, now we have to convert it into rescaling into low, medium, and the high. After that, we will compute the lower and the left and the right side value. The formula for the same was, check this out here. The formula for that is left side, right side. Left side is equal to middle value divided by 1 plus middle minus low. Right side is equal to right side value or upper value or the higher value, 1 plus upper value minus middle value. So is this formula clear? Let me write it there also. Do I have a sheet? Yes. So the formula of the left becomes like left is equal to middle 1 plus middle minus low, and right side the formula will be just left was there, we started with middle. When right is there, start with the upper value, high value or upper value. 1 plus upper minus middle. Can you see a pattern? M 1 plus M, U 1 plus U. From the M immediately left and left is there, subtract that. From the upper side immediately left middle is there, subtract that. So we compute this left and the right. This value I have computed here, left and the right. Cross check it. Left value is equal to C25. This is the middle value divided by 1 plus C25 middle value minus B25. And what is this value? Upper value or the high value divided by 1 plus high minus middle value. Compute the same for the rest all of them. Next thing, come here. The next one comes as total normalized crisp from the left and the right. The formula for the same becomes like this. After computing left and the right, I am in this step now. This left we have done, rescaling we have done, low, medium we have done. Now the find out this value. How to find this value? Left into 1 minus left plus right into right divided by 1 minus left plus right. This is that sort of crisp value. Check out the formula. Left LS into 1 minus LS plus right into right divided by 1 minus left plus right. 1 minus left plus right. The same thing I have done here. So I have done left B32 into 1 minus B32 plus C32 into C32 divided by 1 minus left plus right. The same you will do for the A2, same will be done for A3, for A4, A5, all of them. Next value comes, since we have done we will go reverse. We have subtracted the L from all. Remember this point, we subtracted L from all, this value. And then we divided by delta. So what we'll do, multiply by the delta and add minimum so that you get the same value back. So now we are here that minimum of the L, what is the minimum of the L? For every factor, like what is the minimum here? Minimum, I had taken the value of L as this value, minimum of the first, and this is the delta. So what I will do here, I will do the formula will be B21, which is B21 is that minimum value of the first factor, this B21. Then multiplied by B39, that is this value I just computed, into this is the range. D22 minus B21 is the range. So this comes the real value and I have taken the value here. This is for one expert. Similar I have taken for the other expert, and then take the average and take the average to the R studio, and rest of the stuff is the same. The only thing that differs is how to compute, how to get the data, and then convert into this format. Please ask for your questions now.
I don't see any questions on the chat box.
Okay, so let me share 1-2 doubts here, and I will share with you some papers. So this is the paper. I hope it's visible. Developing Global Managers Competency, and it's in Science Direct. So paper is of 2007. We can go further. I have taken all the formula from this one. And a main thing here is, please note, when I'm computing for the normalization low value, when for the normalization, I'm computing this one. For the low, I've done low minus minimum of low. Middle value is middle minus minimum of low, and high value or the right side value is the R minus minimum of the low and divided by the delta. And that's why at the end, I have added this L to everywhere and multiplied by the delta. Right now, there is one other paper I found in the Journal of Cleaner Production using Fuzzy DeMaTEL to evaluate the green supply chain management practices. Now, this is a relatively new paper, 2013, and Journal of Cleaner Production is again a good journal, but couple of changes are here. What are the changes they have done? Number one, they have taken the triangular matrix in a different format. Just see their triangular matrix, Fuzzy linguistic I'm talking about, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. They have not taken from 0 to 1, rather they have taken it from 0.13579. The difference is of 0.2. Remember, in our table, we have made a Fuzzy where the difference was of, I eliminated from here, the difference was of 0.25. They have taken difference of 0.2. So it means there are more than one way of getting the Fuzzy linguistic. In different papers, you will find it differently. Well, that's not the worry point. That's okay. We can compute using that. But the worry point is, which is really very different, is the thing here. They have taken the low, medium, high value as A1, A2, and the A3. Now, while going for A1, they used A1 minus minimum of A1. The same, low minus minimum of low. Middle value, they have taken A2 minus minimum of A2. Now, this is surprising. They have taken medium value minus minimum of medium, and this is A3 minus, that is high value, minus minimum of high they have taken. Now, this is something very, very different what we have seen so far, because there we used all the low value, but they have used minimum low with the low, medium with the medium, high with the high. Well, I must say this is the only paper I found. I refer to the 7-8 papers. In all the paper, it was the low value here. And likewise, when they go back here, minimum of that, again, you have to take middle value, low value, high value. Whatever you are subtracting, if you are subtracting this A2, that A2 will be added here and plus a delta. And last one is take the average of all them. So it says when you take the number of respondents, take the simple average, add divided by summation x by n, take the average. So this I found a difference in between this and others. Only Journal of Cleaner Production, one journal was that value. Otherwise, everywhere I found the values as this. So I have taken okay, this is a separate paper. Now we can see that paper in detail, Global Managers Competency. So they started with what exactly is the managerial competency to develop that, etc. The factors. From competency towards multiple intelligence, they have given the things, definitions, part, etc. Fuzzy DeMaTEL, they have defined 0, 1, 2, 3, low, no, low, medium, high, etc. This is part of the DeMaTEL. Then in the Fuzzy, there are a couple of things. They go with this one. All these things I discussed with you. And finally, they will go with the two sort of the table. This is of assessment data of the general manager, etc. Inter-direct relationship, you know this table. And then there is a total relationship table. So this is that above the line are the independent, below the line are the dependent. They have not shown the arrow. Might be they have shown, written it using this matrix where it will go. Threshold value will be given. So it's very, very short. I found DeMaTEL papers are extremely short. Only two sort of tables are there. One table will tell you about the who are the DV, IDV part, and the second will tell more important, less important, and the second table will tell you about the arrow, which arrow will go where. So this is one paper, and now you can refer to the several other papers here, and all papers talk about like this. So always go for the fuzzy DeMaTEL instead of routine DeMaTEL. So I think that's all from my side. Now you can ask your questions.
There is one question
Yes, sir.
from Shivani Jaiswal. A few papers do not convert the diagonal 0 into the fuzzy number, and some papers convert them to. And which of the two should we follow?
Very, very correct. This is the second point. In this point, if you don't convert it to, no, actually point is some use 0, 0, 0. Some have used 0, 0, 0, and others have used it as 0, 0, 0.25. This is the first change. What is meant by the no? No is 0. 0 means this, all the three. This is the one school of thought. The second people have done, no, since diagonal we have taken as compulsory 0, so they have taken all the three value as the 0. This is the second school of thought. But here I will say, since there are so many papers, and I actually found a paper. If you refer to the YouTube, one video is there on fuzzy DeMaTEL by one professor of Bangladesh. I communicated with him, and he take the diagonal value as 1. All the diagonal value as the 1. His point was, if you take it as 0, then there will not be any difference between the first and the second table. Because the purpose is we want to do it as scaling. When the minimum is 0, maximum is 1. If diagonal you take this, for sure, minimum will be 0, maximum 1, and delta will be 1. Then there will be no change. So he has taken it as 1, 1, 1. But I will say, whatever paper you refer, wherever journal you are sending, please follow that. People are using so many different ways. There is not one way in fuzzy DeMaTEL. At least 3, 4, 5 ways are there. So all are okay because every one is published in very good journal. So please, whatever you are referring, give that citation. The way you are working, give that citation. Anything else, sir?
No, there are no further questions on the chat box. I still have that same one basic question.
Yes, sir.
The one that I asked in the previous one,
Yes,
about
sir.
the practicality point of view when we want to do this data collection using this kind of approach. If it is a, say, 7 by 7, 49 different pairs comes in,
Yes,
and
sir.
each of the respondent has to compare each one of them, that is the paired comparison.
Yes, sir.
So that should, one is an understanding about the respondent, even if we give the title, description and all, understanding about actually comparing, for example, A to B and B to A. So I'm looking more from a practical perspective. If they understand, if they actually know about that, they should go ahead with this kind of thing, as well as the exhaustion which comes in this simple 7 by 7 kind of
I
responding.
agree to you, sir. I agree to you. I will share my experience, sir. One of my scholars is writing a paper on that. In the first meeting, we presented this 7 by 7 table. Actually, ours was probably 11 by 11. So when we presented, the
Oh, wow.
the expert said that please show the definition in the previous papers how these factors are taken. Then my scholar said, well, I have to search. They said, okay, no problem. Let's schedule it on next Saturday. On the next Saturday, the scholar has made all the table, like this is the definition, these are the references. And then again, they said, okay, let's go through that. Like one of thing was perceived anthropomorphism. So he said, okay, in the papers, how they have considered perceived anthropomorphism. I might consider it my way, but what people have written. So we have seen the three paper. They said, okay, now we got it. This is the way they are handling. And actually, sir, for one expert, when we were going 11 by 11, it took us, sir, 1 month. 1 month means we didn't complete entire table in one go. Only 2 and the 3 lines we did. And see, for every single point, there was so much debate or discussion. We could complete only 2 lines in 1 hour. Then we scheduled one more meeting. It was the Zoom meeting, not face to face. So we were able to collect. But for collecting the data from 7, 8, it really took us a lot of hard work and lot of efforts were there. It really is challenging, sir. I admit. And one should not get the entire table in one go. Chances are very vague or wrong data you will get. Go slow.
Yeah, get your point. Yeah, sure. There are no more questions on the meeting chat.
Okay, so we can stop here. So this is the second part which we have discussed, that is the DeMaTEL. The basic idea is the 2, which is written in all these papers also. Identifying the critical success factors is one of the very apt research question for the papers of the DeMaTEL. Go with the where you can use DeMaTEL. Obviously, in the areas where there is very new field is coming up, there you can work with the DeMaTEL. Now, can DeMaTEL and ISM be worked together? Or AHP can be worked together? Yes, they can be worked together. So let me show you the final point here. I think we have done the D1. Now, I will suggest, sir, whenever we should start, my advice will be a scholar should start with the DeMaTEL. From all the factors, identify the IDVs and the DVs. Okay, now take the IDVs and take the IDVs to the AHP. Get the weightage of all of them. And you get a separate paper, one paper for DeMaTEL, one for the AHP. And then taken together of it, you can make a hierarchical model. After DeMaTEL, you can go for the ISM also. Obviously, data collection will be different in all the 3. Factors could be same, but you can explore one factor in much detail using the 3. DeMaTEL should be 1. After that, a separate on AHP and separate on the ISM. So 3 things you can work on, you can plan. In those areas where there are no theoretical model, no theory, very recent area, you can very well work with these techniques. So we stop here.